He speaks on how females, who like to dress up, like attention by name brand products, that they are competing with each other because a man or a guy really don't care if the females wear like name brand shoes and bags and stuff like that. They really don't care. They will still date them. So you're saying that they are competing with each other when they're trying to, dress up and wear all these expensive products or designer products.
Average man outside don't care if you got on Steve Madden's or Yves Saint Laurent. He don't. That's shit that y'all be competing with on your own. If you got a Michael Kors bag or if you got a Birkin, if you're in a Honda or if you're in a Bentley. Those are not things being put forth by men as requirements. That's y'all competing with each other.
I don't think you're being honest.
But I agree with, I definitely do agree with
Rico, you said before,
I
see it all the time and I hear it all the time. Men are attracted to a woman that's.
Why them girls not white? All of these girls that they look for on TV, take away Kim Kardashian, take away select few ones, none of them ever got a fucking ring. They who everybody trying to emulate and who everybody trying to be, none of them got a stable household, pardon me. None of them got families with kids and a man, and they out in Dubai as a couple.
I remember one day someone came to me and they said, Grace, there's no more good woman out here. And I said, yes, there is. You just haven't found her yet. And the mistake that we often make is that we try to find what's uncommon in common places. You're trying to find what's rare amongst the average. It's like you're wanting to live a life of luxury and opulence. However, every day you're living a mediocre life. If you want different, you have to position yourself to receive that which is different.
Hey, the members, sir. So I put out a post this morning saying that wrong is wrong, but some wrongs can be understood. Okay, listen, before we think that means that we can excuse wrong because we understand why, I get it. It leads us to this. I'm gonna lead our thought process this way. There are some times that we judge people because of the decisions they make. Because if we were in that same predicament, we would make a totally different decision. And sometimes we're a little harsh, even in our thinking. Even if we don't say it, we may think, wow, that's kind of rough. Like, how you going to do that? But once we understand people's thought process, what they were dealing with when they made that situation, it'll make it easier for us to understand, not necessarily excuse, not change whether something was right or wrong, left or right, but it will allow us to have more empathy for that person when they were in that situation. Okay, so listen, sometimes ask people why. Ask them why, or see what's really going on before you jump to such a harsh judgment, such a harsh determination. Ooh, Connie, listen. Sometimes knowing the why will make us understand the reason why. Okay? Till next time, love you. Bye.
I just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad? What did we do historically that was so bad?
Stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and then act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. And now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us because we're verbally telling you something. Now I'll admit, some of us ain't shit, but most of us are. Chill out with the pity party.
What's your age?
Does it matter?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm 31. 33.
What's the biggest challenge you run into dating 30-year-old men?
They lie. They're broke.
You're meeting broke men at 30?
I mean, I'm not meeting them, but there's multiple men out there that are broke.
So how much income should a 30-year-old guy be bringing in now in 2023?
100K
Over
plus.
100K, yeah.
100K minimum.
And you think that's realistic?
Yeah.
If you put the effort and the hustle
It's
into
very,
it,
it's very, very possible.
But do you know what percentage of the U.S. is actually bringing in 100K?
I don't know the percentage.
About
but it's
10% probably. Like
10%.
Yeah.
So if it's 10% of the U.S., why is that the expectation at 30?
I don't know. We have that question. Tell us.
Are you yourself bringing in 100K as a woman?
I am, as a woman, more actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that makes you easier to date?
No, it's actually harder. So yes, women that are intelligent and make more money than men, it's harder to date.
She speaks on how some men don't want to date females with children. And I believe that at one point, men really didn't care too much about that. But now, it seems like a lot of men are raising their standards. They don't want to be bothered with just anyone. They want someone who they feel is a better pick for them.
I have noticed some men don't like to date women that have kids.
Is this not? Is it normally men who already have children or men who don't have children?
Sometimes it's men that already have kids, and which is sad because it's like you already have kids, but you don't want to date someone that has kids.
Do you think that the economic times that we're in has a lot to do with that? Because I can see that a man who possibly have children with someone else, and then they come into a relationship with a woman who has children, they may not want to carry that financial load of the responsibility of having to care for this child also.
Right. Economically, I don't know. That's a tough question, actually. It's very tough because, like I said, everything plays a part in everything. Economically, yes, it is hard.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because when you look at like back then,
Yeah.
it was much more prevalent for a man to be open to taking a woman with children. It was easier to do that, especially when you consider being able to afford a bigger family back then.
I make more than most of the men I date, but I love black men. So we make something work. But it's a conversation that we have to be very intentional because not everybody is really comfortable with the fact that a woman out earns them. Some people are.
Wait, why do you date down?
To be completely honest, I know we've been having a lot of fun. That's not necessarily one of my priorities is. I'm going to get the money. Whether you get it or I'm going to get it, the money's going to come. I'm not worried about that. Do I got somebody that I can rock with? And if I can rock with you and you making 20, I can rock with you. If I rock with you and you ain't got no car and you ride the mother trolley, shout out to the trolley. It's up. Because at the end of the day, if you know, like I know, when you get to these positions, you just need somebody that's going to have your back.
There's two type of people in this world. One, people that are raised on love and they'll do anything for you. And two, the people raised on survival. They will do anything to you. Watch your back.
Do not teach a man how to be your man. Do not ask him to show you off. Do not ask him to text you. Do not ask him to care about you. Do not ask him to bring you random flowers. Do not ask him to plan dates. The right one will know exactly what to do and when to do it. Call me for more. Bye.
If a girl is looking at you, do not look away. Hold that eye contact. Give her a little smile, then look away. If she looks at you again, you better shoot your shot because she's waiting.
It's no reason why you should be a young, pretty girl in Atlanta and you struggling and you not making any money and you out here, like I said, popping for someone who can't even afford to pay your rent every month. It's no reason you should be doing that.